the night. Oh yeah.
Is that a yes or
Oh
no?
yeah.
That's a no.
What?
You still haven't answered my question.
No.
Thank you for joining us on another episode of Camp Oddwood. We look like ninjas today.
Hey, you guys.
I don't feel like a ninja.
What's up? So, a couple things going on. This weekend it's 100-something degrees.
17.
That's a lot of degrees.
It was 117
So
yesterday.
if you hear a hum, it's because we got the AC on. Because I'm not trying to melt. I don't want to look. None of us want to look like a Southern Reverend, and that's just the truth.
And I can't baptize anybody.
And yeah, we're going masks
court
up.
order.
We're going masks up. So
Playing it safe.
deal with it. So hey, how you doing? Good to see you again. Thanks for coming back, Odd Squad.
Thanks for enjoying us together.
Yeah.
Because you are one of us. Forever.
A human. So thanks for enjoying
Forever.
these nuts. Got him.
That was rude.
Got him.
A little rude.
That was well done, right?
It was well done. It's still rude.
Her.
It's so
or
what?
her.
Rude.
Rude.
These nuts.
Yeah.
It's like nobody.
Yeah. What about okay? Is it rude because I wasn't fully inclusive? So what about these flaps
There you go.
for the
Yeah.
ladies?
Yeah.
You know,
Some people.
these
can interpret it as
ambiguous
sexist, but
genitals.
genitals.
like
I think.
this?
Yeah.
These gens.
What about people that don't have genitals?
This smooth area?
They just look like the angels
Oh.
from Dogma. Or
Yeah, like a Barbie or a
Ken
Ken.
doll.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
G.I. Joe, just
For all the
smooth.
people that don't have genitals, I apologize.
This
These are all
grundle.
jokes. These are all jokes.
Or what is
What?
it? The Unsullied from fucking Game of Thrones.
Oh
Sounds
yeah.
all in.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, but they have a scab.
Eunuchs.
These scabs. These scars.
So what's up? What's going on?
Man. So yeah.
Uh-huh.
So this week, a couple things I did were like be hot, be hot, be hot, and be hot. You
Yeah.
feel me?
No, I feel you, dude. I feel like summer kind of started late.
Summer started late. Yeah.
Like it's here in Los Angeles. It's what usually just 95 to 100 and something degrees
Yeah.
for like the last couple weeks.
Well, now I feel like we're getting that New York summer thing, where when you look down the street, you see that like haze of heat coming off the pavement.
Dude, yeah.
It's been more humid this year too.
Yeah, it has been way more
summer
humid.
Change, man.
I think that's in part why the mosquitoes have gotten so bad.
Yeah, I remember I fucking
Dude, you should see my fucking thigh right now. There's like boop 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 boop.
Oh, should it connect the dots? Your shit looks like Orion.
It's fucking nuts. It's crazy.
Damn.
I don't.
You should see my ass.
I'll show you.
No
one right here.
mosquito
Look at-
bites, just hair.
It looks like a bruise,
Oh, damn.
and that's just one.
I always have this
he needs some
fantasy.
milk.
I always have this
Dude.
fantasy of like kind of thinking about mosquitoes like
Yeah, man.
like A Bug's Life or ants. Like if there was a Pixar movie about mosquitoes, but they were oil drillers.
Let me hit that up.
The ants? Oh no.
Let me connect the dots.
No. No.
It's not permanent.
Zach was like, "Oh, can I tag the wall?" And then Henry's like, "Can I tag your body?"
Well, I can get sick from ink ingestion.
I could get sick from Sharpie inhalation.
Getting.
I get sick.
You shouldn't keep Sharpies in
Oh,
your
God.
house then.
You guys are making me sick.
You make me sick.
No, the time to get sick is later.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be sick, man. Tuna water.
Toe water? Oh, ooh, yeah.
Toe
So if you
water.
don't know, which you couldn't know, I don't know how you would, we will be shooting a Oddwood Versus today, and we're going to be doing some trivia. and trivia shots. We're gonna be doing trivia shots. Each of us has something that we really hate. Won't reveal it. You have to watch. And we're gonna be taking shots of nasty shit every time we get something wrong. We're gonna see who's smarter and who has a stronger stomach at the same time, because we're about that tandem business. So I was thinking about this the other day, because I've been working with Reggie a lot. So I was thinking that the fifth dimension is really a dimension that is after the fourth, and it's also before the sixth. And I really feel strongly about its position between those two dimensions. And
how do you
What are you
feel
talking
about it?
No. Didn't you see the last TED Talk that Neil deGrasse Tyson did?
When he was talking about his chicken company.
No, he was talking about the fifth dimension and where its precise location is, and it is in every human being in that space between the butthole and the other private parts.
The gooch?
Mm-hmm.
The ganooch?
That's the fifth dimension. That's why it feels so good when it gets tongue punched.
Oh shit! That sensation is a sensation from another dimension in your body. So it comes from another dimension, in a little black hole in your soul.
You ever been kicked there?
Still feels good.
It hurts, but it feels great at the same time.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, like.
No, it doesn't. You guys are fucking. That's nuts. You guys are nuts. You guys are nuts. None of that sounds fun or okay.
So I'm going
maybe
by
the tongue punching, but that's it.
I'm going by a new name. Everybody will now refer to me as Caramel Tiger.
Do we have to?
Everyone will now refer to me as Caramel Tiger.
Are there tigers in Japan?
Everyone.
Wait, were there
Everyone
are there
will now
tigers
refer to
in
me
Japan? Like naturally?
as Caramel Tiger. What?
Why are you trying to take tiger?
Everyone will now refer to me as Caramel Tiger.
He's very adamant about this. Okay, Caramel Tiger.
Hey, yo, calm down.
Oh, okay.
What?
It was a setup. He got you, man.
Oh, here we go.
What the fuck?
Sammy Sosa, dude.
Sammy Sosa. Wow.
Damn.
Sammy Sosa.
Before, after.
Doesn't he look fucked up?
He looks like he's sick.
Yeah.
Especially in this photo.
So I'm gonna do that.
Damn, Sammy. What
He
happened?
used to be a handsome ass man, and then
He went and did the Michael Jackson. Yeah. Isn't that what's his name from Chicago was talking about? What is that?
What?
Bitches love Sosa. I want a mimosa.
I don't know who that is.
fucking
He did the
onions. No.
no.
What are
He's
you
the
guys
one who did
talking
that. I
about?
don't. That's that shit I don't like. That's that
I know
shit
that song.
I
just
don't
know the
like.
artist.
We don't know rappers either. Why are we even talking about?
What do we know? Why do we have a podcast if we don't know anything to tell anybody?
That's
We
what I've been
have-
trying to tell you guys for like the last few months.
You're
Nobody
like, we are
listened.
too dumb to have a podcast. I
We're-
told you.
We're not dumb. Okay, we have
Just
approximate knowledge.
intellectually challenged.
We have approximate knowledge of a lot of things.
Approximate. Yeah, that's a good.
Bitches love so.
That's why I have the computer right here so I can Google and
them.
we can verify
Yep.
things and
It's our
not be complete idiots about everything. that we talk
We've become Google brained. That's what it is. We've emaciated our ability to retain useless information because we could just Google it. So our brains no longer catalog it because it's like, yo,
Our
we'll
brains
get it
don't-
later.
Our brains don't catalog it because it's not important to us.
That's
our
What I
brains
meant by
tend to
when I said
catalog
useless?
anime character names.
It's all use. Yeah, it would, so, I mean, it's not a bad thing.
it is a horrible thing because when we have conversations like this via podcast, people can be like, oh, wow, they can't catalog that useless information. They probably don't know how to catalog useful information either.
No.
Stupid guys.
You could, they could totally be all like, yo, like, if I have any questions about who the fifth Hokage is, I know who to talk to, but I'm not going to ask them who the fifth president was.
Damn.
Do you know either? Because I don't.
I don't. I'm looking.
The fifth
at it.
Hokage
Uh-huh.
and the fifth president.
James Monroe.
You didn't even give me a chance to show you James
You
Monroe.
have your
You
phone
didn't
out.
have
You
this
could have... But no, off the top of your head, fifth Hokage.
Tsunade.
I think that's right.
What you think?
Yeah, because I just know that the fourth one was Naruto's dad, and then...
And then the third went back in action after
Yeah.
Naruto's dad died. And then after the third died.
Spoiler alert.
If you haven't watched Naruto by now, that's your own fault.
Then you're a
Or if you
Naruto.
don't
I'm
know,
just saying.
if you
hey,
don't,
you never know. There's some kids out there that weren't around when Naruto was
okay.
coming out, and so it's like, oh, yeah.
Spoiler
Everything's
alert.
a spoiler alert. The U.S. won the Second World War. Spoiler alert.
I've seen Boruto, but not Naruto. See, you're gonna have to counter that argument. With the
That's
kid.
their fault for watching
With the
Boruto
kid.
first.
Because they grew up on that.
They
didn't have the
no
responsibility of changing
They have no
or
sympathy from me.
paying
for,
for
this.
cable or the internet accesses.
Nah, no
It's the
sympathy.
parents. What if you had a kid and he started watching Boruto first? You'd be pissed, huh?
Yeah, because none of us even watch it, and whoever introduced it to him, that's a blasphemous individual, and that's that shit I don't like.
That's exactly what I'm gonna do then. Don't leave your kid around me.
So Chief Keef was the guy who made the song "That's That Shit I Don't Like."
Chief Keef. Oh, that's what you're
Chief
looking up on your phone?
Keef.
Yeah, Chief Keef.
Chief Queef.
That's a good porn name.
Yeah. Chief Queef would be
Mm-hmm.
the chief of queefing. Oh my God, she has other queefettes, or he. I don't know.
Queefettes. I guess.
Yeah.
Whatever, dude. I don't know.
But I think it's time. Knock knock.
What?
You guys ready to jump into the pool? Yay! It's time for a deep dive.
Oh my god.
What? You got to
was-
give it to the people in a fun way.
Splash!
You're not wrong.
Well, if it's a good dive, if it's an Olympic dive, you want less splash.
Exactly.
That's why they're like, with the dismount.
Yeah, I want a
With
Lindy
dismount,
hop.
that's gymnastic.
I wanna
Okay.
this better be a good deep dive, because I want to see you Lindy hop into the fucking pool. Rodney Dangerfield style.
Ooh, okay.
Only our older viewers are going to get that reference.
If we have any.
Here we only talk of Rodney Saferfield.
It's like one of like Robert Downey Jr.'s first movies.
Oh, word up.
Back to School. That was before he got his teeth fixed too.
So let's get safe for work, guys. Today's deep dive is incest porn. Yay!
Sweet. Yeah.
So for today's deep dive, I know that there's a question that a lot of us young people who are in tune with our sexuality and open to
I have
Here, let me
body
just
image
Google
issues.
incest
I don't know
porn
about
real
you.
quick.
what? And who are open to and know that most of us do watch porn. Let's be honest. Just people in general.
The majority of people do.
Uh,
I mean, every
Even-
time I look in the mirror, my man parts make me sick.
That's another issue.
if I had $1 for every time I heard you say that.
You'd have
Many
$69.
dollars. So yeah,
Help me.
I wanted to do a bit of a deep dive into a specific arena of the porn industry.
Incest porn.
Incest porn. We all have noticed, anybody who has used
It's all over the place.
a porn, any of the streaming porn websites in the last like 5-10 years, or in the last 5 years specifically, there's definitely been a huge influx where it's just all over the front pages. It's wildly popular.
Yeah.
Pretty much every porn star has
Done a scene.
or done a
several.
scene. You know, and then I mean, within this topic, we will be getting into some other genres,
That's some Freudian
such
shit.
as like some other intersecting genres, such as stuck porn.
Stuck porn.
Yeah,
Oh, like you're stuck.
when they get stuck in stupid things.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that. But
So, it's rape.
pretty much.
I think they make a point to it. I mean, I guess it kind of starts as it, but then they do some weird. They always try to make it consensual in a way where they like they have at least one point where they kind of consent to it, or I guess they very much maintain their. I don't know. Say that they enjoy.
They say
it.
that they enjoy it.
Yeah. They're like, oh, what are you doing? Oh my God, don't do that. Go ahead. I don't know.
Go ahead.
Go for it.
Well, it was my understanding that like, or I don't know. We'll get into it. So
do they have
let's continue
superhero stuck porn parodies?
I'm sure.
I don't know.
I'm sure if
Like
you
Wolverine like puts his claws in a rock. He's like, I'm stuck, bub.
Yeah, that's on another side of the internet I'm not familiar with if it exists.
You hear Beast.
Well, if you're
coming
gonna
in.
do a deep dive, do all the research, bro.
Whoa.
You got to do all the research.
I
That
don't have the
includes
time for
going
that.
into-
Yo, that is a rabbit hole that's too deep, bro. It is. All right. So our focus today is incest porn. So we all know that it has grown exponentially in the last few years. A couple fun facts are, so some sites have grown the amount of porn featuring step siblings or incest stuff has grown grown 40 times. They have 40 times more videos of that nature than they had 10 years ago. So in the last 10 years, 40 times more.
And where's this source?
On some porn sites such as X Hamster and UGIS.
Is this like an actual stat?
Yeah, let me write these down real fast.
Yeah.
Oh shit. You found these on the porn website? Like
I mean,
a
a lot of these websites have stats for their sites. Like Pornhub specifically puts out the stats for their website every year.
I was about to pull it up, but I don't pull up porn stuff on my laptop. Only on my phone.
Okay.
Remember never to touch your phone.
You should know not to touch any guy's phone.
Yeah.
You guys do that on your phone? That's what the screen's not that big.
What do you use? Your iPad?
And I still use magazines.
You got a Hustler underneath his bed.
Oh my God.
All pages stuck together.
Oh, and good housekeeping.
It's a Sears catalog.
Oh yeah. Better Homes. Yeah.
Hey man, you got a mat.
Look at that foyer. Oh.
Yeah. So 40 times more, because there's actually a bunch of studies on this.
I feel like it's like just a trend.
It is a
Like-
trend.
Like you know how
A
there's
trend
like,
that's lasted.
trends that kind of like
For a
go
couple-
through just Hollywood filmmaking.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's what's happening to sexual filmmaking.
But
The porn industry.
so I'll get into it later, but I do have a bit of a hypothesis as well. But I don't have stats on it to exactly back it up, but I do have a bit of a hypothesis on something. So 40 times more. And then there was a study done that suggested that 1 in 5 people have experienced at some point a thinking about some kind of either step or ancestral fantasy.
1 in 5?
Yeah. I mean, just thinking about it at any point, not necessarily acting on it, like jerking off, but just having thought about it. And that 3% think about it frequently. 3% of the study. Of the people in the study. And
There's more
a lot
numbers
of
coming, huh?
what?
There's more numbers coming, huh? Should I be scared?
No, that's actually the bulk of the numbers.
Oh, okay.
So
I thought it
basically,
was gonna be like, and then 0.5% actually go and fuck their.
oh no, I have no numbers on actual incest.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you.
So taboo. It's because of the taboo largely that I guess it is hypothesized that an increase in kind of kink necessity because of the higher consumption of porn. People need porn that is a little bit more intense in order to reach climax. And this specific taboo is kind of the more gateway, because other than the title that they give each other, it's still kind of regular porn other than role playing incest situation. So it's kind of the gateway to
getting into pee
to other
getting into the feet
kinkier stuff.
That's my
getting
realm
into
right
bondage.
there. PP.
And then also because of certain mainstream media, there is a bit of a correlation with
Gangbang cream pies.
from when this started to started to ramp up in popularity and what was present in mainstream media in one of the biggest shows, which was Game of Thrones. There was a very high profile incestual relationship, and there is a bit of a correlation between the growing popularity of that show and the growing popularity of
incest,
this type of porn.
So Game of Thrones was like, it's okay, guys, go fuck your sisters and brothers.
Hey, as long as they're hot, right?
And yeah.
Hey, yeah, I'm gonna have sex with my sister on our dead kid's body.
Jesus.
Our kid's dead body?
Well, that's what happened in the show, remember?
Yeah, I guess you're
They had
right.
sex on Joffrey's body. Kinda.
Like near it.
Well, they started and they were kind of like leaning up against it. He like pinned her up on him a little bit, and then they went to the floor.
Yeah,
that was weird.
Yeah, that was weird that they added that because that wasn't even in the books.
There's a lot of weird things. I don't want to get into that. That's a whole different podcast episode entirely.
Yeah, and another
So
part.
you're blaming Game of Thrones? No, sorry, another part.
So another part of it too is that perhaps it was possible. It's possible that it was popular at one point and then kind of ramped up, but the algorithms potentially deem it more popular than it actually is, just because in a lot of cases that since it's coming up so much, people who aren't necessarily into it will just watch it because there's so much of it. So it's kind of like if you're following certain porn stars similar to like your favorite rapper or musical artist, if most of what they're putting out is like whatever genre of music that you're not that into, but then you want to listen to their new album, you're just like, fuck it. Kind of, I don't know, like Drake.
Well, I mean, I personally, whenever I watch porn, I turn off all the sound, and and it can't be like POV. I gotta like, I gotta pretend I'm the dude like in the window watching.
But so, okay.
Okay, creepy.
So
he's in a voyeur. Alex.
No.
I don't know what Alex is.
Like,
Hopefully
I don't
it's
know
not
these
incest.
people.
me into incest?
No, I said hopefully it's not incest.
No, absolutely not. But so, so a hypothesis that I do have is, if we're being honest, the porn industry is pretty openly racist. It's a pretty openly racist industry.
Yeah.
And I mean, part of that is because they have to figure out a way to categorize things to market them in a certain way or whatever. I in part feel like it's possible that the incest porn also it makes it easier to sell more same race pornography, because if they are step or actual brother and sister, you wouldn't have it wouldn't be an interracial thing, and interracial is more expensive. and it's a way to kind of sell it easier, sell it better. Like people are more into it outside of thinking, like especially with this new like integrated.
Well, that's because it's hazard pay.
With the IR stuff.
Yeah.
That's what they say, but that's not really the case. Because even if there are white dudes with gigantic dongs, and they don't,
they should be charged hazard pay too.
But they're not charged. They don't spend based on dick size.
It is pretty racist. It's funny too, but was it?
Because certain girls will hold out.
I remember who sent me that. It was a Honky Kong or something.
Honky Kong? That's a little...
Honky Kong?
The hell?
What the hell is that? What you throwing at me, Alex?
The ghost of Honky Kong.
Don't do that.
That was the thing fell down.
Oh.
But yeah, that is racist.
Yeah. But because the main issue is that black women or any women of color, they can't charge more when they do an interracial scene. So they can't charge more if they're doing a scene with a black guy because it's not interracial. And then if they're doing a scene with a white guy, they also can't charge more.
Huh.
So only white women can charge more for doing a scene with a black guy.
That's racist.
That is very racist.
Yeah.
Extremely fucked up.
And so much so that, a lot of these porn companies have systems in place, or like they have like a specific way that they do it, like a strategy in place where it's like, oh, after you do this many girls, this many guy girls, then we're going to do your first interracial, and then we're going to make a big deal of it, and then you're going to get paid more, and it's going to generate more and stuff.
And then first DP.
Yeah. First DP, but then first regular DP, and then first interracial DP or first interracial gangbang or whatever. There are some kind of... there are porn stars who are very against it and have made a point to like refuse to charge more for doing interracial and stuff like that. One is AJ Applegate. She's very adamant about being equal across the board.
Let's give a round of applause for Christina Applegate.
No, AJ.
Woo!
AJ Applegate.
Christina Applegate.
AJ.
Yeah!
We'll put Christina and AJ.
No, just AJ.
Applegates. Woo!
Kelly Bundy.
Only AJ.
Kelly Bundy.
And then obviously, okay.
Christina.
But I think the person that the trailblazer of fighting for this is definitely Lisa Ann. Lisa Ann has made it a point and has pushed girls, and she has talked about it on multiple occasions where she openly shames women who partake in this charging more for IR culture because she thinks it's really racist and fucked up. So she has kind of been a champion for
sex workers.
Yeah, for sex workers of color for a long time. So shout out to her.
Shout out to Lisa Ann.
Woo! Can't think of somebody else who has a similar name.
I tried. I couldn't come up with that.
Just quick side note. For some reason, like the super MILFs, like the super popular MILFs, always have Ann at the end. Just want to say that.
I don't know about that.
There's like 3 of them that are super hardcore that have Ann. It's Lisa Ann, Julie Ann, and what's that other one that's like, I don't know if she's Latina or Middle Eastern with the big old boobies.
I know. I think she's Persian.
Yeah? What is her name?
I don't know. I'm blanking.
Yeah, I think it's something
Ann.
Annie Ann.
Little Annie Ann with the big ass titties.
Sure.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, yeah, that's
That's interesting.
That's kind of most of it. I mean,
So, how many
thanks,
incest
Jamie
porn?
Lannister.
How
What?
much incest porn did you have to watch to do research?
None. You know. Yeah.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Not that I've never seen it.
Did you check the algorithm where in the United States where the most interracial porn has been watched?
Florida.
Probably the South, I bet.
Yeah. Oh, that was actually one of my other points. So that was the case at least in 2016. I didn't look it up
Maybe
this
that's
time
a thing
around,
we
but
can
I remember
find.
seeing in the 2016 Pornhub statistics that the South had one of the higher rates of
Is that why they're all so angry?
interracial stuff. Maybe, I don't know.
Peepees are so small.
But I mean, it could be that they really they view it so taboo. That's maybe why they watch it so much. But that's why that comes to my other point. This is just a personal point. It's a personal hypothesis. I think that it's possible that the other type of pornography genre that has also gotten popular in tandem with incest porn is interracial. Like Blacked has become huge, right?
Yeah.
And that could be because it draws the line that they're absolutely not related.
Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt, but apparently lesbian across the entire country almost in 2017 was into lesbian porn.
That was like the highest searched.
According to Pornhub.
Oh,
And then MILF in the mid-upper states, and then MILF in like...
Hentai in Alaska.
Yeah, hentai in Alaska.
Really?
And then Asian in Hawaii.
Oh, what's that? Rhode Island, Ebony?
Yeah. I think that's near the Bay, so like Maryland, Virginia, all that stuff. And then Maine. No, that's Maine.
Is it New York?
I think that might be New York. New York might be into MILFs. That's 2017.
That makes sense because they're really close to
Yeah, that's
cougars.
most popular search terms by state. Top gaining searches of 2017. Apparently, California's hentai.
That makes sense.
Cheerleader.
There's one with 3 girls, 1 guy. One state was really into squirting.
What state was that?
Fucking North Dakota.
Oh wow.
Right?
'Cause
Is
they-
that North Dakota? Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They like to know that it's real, but then the squirting is also not even real.
Cheerleader in Texas.
Sometimes.
New Mexico.
That makes sense. Cheerleader in Texas.
Smoking.
Yeah, that has to be a different country.
No, that's in our country right here. I don't know what.
Smoking.
Next to Kentucky.
That makes
Relative
sense.
terms searched more often when compared to other states. What? Average time spent per visit. Ooh, this one's interesting. Apparently, somewhere in the South, they're watching porn a lot.
Wow. Damn.
Most hours spent watching.
Damn.
That's according to Mashable. This is all Mashable stuff.
It's relatively dark in those supposedly Bible Belt areas.
But yeah, I think I'm just waiting for that one Angry Kevin video where he's like, I don't know, tearing down like a BLM poster, and someone's confronting him, and he just blatantly admits that like, I know what you're slinging in your pants. I don't feel sorry for you. Look at this, and he pulls down his pants, and it looks like a little mushroom tip in like a bushel, in a big
There's like a
bed of
button on a
moss.
fur coat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like, God damn.
That's funny.
That's why he's racist. He's watching nothing but that interracial,
Yeah. I mean,
and he's just
cuckolding
super
porn,
jealous.
I think, has also gotten really popular, where they have where it's a lot of white guys that have black guys having sex with their wives
and other things too, dude. Like we're getting to that age, like before the whole lockdown and everything. Fucking gross. Like one dude approached me at a bar. Like I'm there like at a rap party, and a dude approaches me and he's all like, "Hey man, would you be okay with having sex with my wife?" And I was like, "What? Are you kidding me?" And he's all like, no, man, but here's the deal. I want to watch you, and you have to wear this Goku costume. And I was like, you fucking racist son of a bitch.
This isn't real, right?
This isn't real.
Anyway, $600 later. You pay me.
So I did it, right? And
It was the best experience of my life, but you know, I didn't feel great about it.
Yeah, I had to stop him at the Pikachu costume.
I don't know that like I've seen a few of those and it's a little messed up a little bit. Like at first I was like, oh, whatever, to each his own.
Hey, don't kink shame those people. They might be our fans.
yeah, dude.
No.
Don't kink shame.
Some of them, some parts, it's a little bit hard for me to get down with because sometimes it really feels like
You're getting penetrated?
no, it's like a slave thing,
Oh.
Like they're like directing
like a
from the closet?
mandingo. What?
Like they're directing what's going on?
Yeah, well, yeah, because like the husband will be behind the camera, and because it seems fucked up for both parties, because it seems like the wife might not really be into it. When it seems like it's more the woman, like not that she's. It just seems like it was the guy's idea, and when it seems like it was the husband's idea, is when it seems really kind of weird to me. Where she's like, "Yeah, sure, to whatever to you're into, I'll do it." And so she's doing it just to appease him, and then then he's like directing the black guy and like saying like, "Oh yeah, put your big black dick deep in my wife's pussy," like talking about it, and then like saying then like when he keeps asking like, "Oh, you like that big black dick or whatever," like keep asking her and shit. I don't know. Sometimes the energy around it feels
in my head, yeah.
feels really bad.
4 times, 3 times.
It just feels really bad. And then
Well, it's because you're a director and like you wouldn't direct that type of.
well, no, it just feels like it's not for either party. It really is just for the guy. Like the guy in it is kind of just doing his duty just to make a little extra money, and he's not really that into it. The wife is not that into it, and it's all for like this white guy who just wants to get his rocks off.
What about
Get
the
his
ones?
rocks off.
What about the ones where it's all
Get his
like,
rocks off.
"Hey man, you see?" And the husband's all like, "Oh, so that's how you do that." And he's all taking notes and shit.
That'd be
like
a twist.
yeah,
That'd be
I
a
mean,
twist.
and this might be fucked up, but like when the wife is more in control and is like saying, even, she doesn't have to be, but if she's saying more stuff like, "Oh, like see, this is how it's done," type of stuff, and like, "Oh yeah," like. I don't know. When the wife seems in control, that seems a little bit more comfortable for me. When it's more about the wife's pleasure, and then it's more that they're both open enough to allow the wife to explore that, versus it feeling like the husband is making a show for himself.
Yeah.
Out of these two people, that just it feels weird to me.
Yeah, it's like, he's directing everything and he's not even like beating off.
Yeah. And then okay. But and this is just a personal thing. This part I don't really have an issue with, but when the dude like after it's all over, there's a bit of a pie action, and then he eats the pie.
Ew.
Yeah. When he has dessert. Yeah, when the husband has dessert. What?
What's in the pie?
It's jizz from the other dude.
No, like what the?
He ate his own jizz?
No, he ate the other
dude.
dude's
The other dude's jizz.
jizz
He
out of
ate
his
somebody else's jizz?
out of his wife's vagina.
Yeah. That's the pie.
Disgusting. That's
Hey, don't kink shame.
Or like
not for me.
or like when the dude's just like or the dude's just going at it and like the other dude starts like trying to direct and he's like, "Shut up, bitch," and he fucking backhands him.
Yeah, or like when the dude tries to jump in there and starts licking his balls, and then the dude's not into it. I saw
You've
one.
seen that?
I saw one where
You watch this stuff?
yeah, no,
Don't kink shame. Don't kink shame.
No, this is
Don't kink shame.
this was on one of those
If he likes
those
big balls
one of
in his
those
face.
those like X-rated funny video sites. Fucked. There was one where this black dude was having sex with this gentleman's wife, and the dude was like, oh, like into it. He's like, oh yeah, oh let me get in there, and then he starts trying to like eat the vagina while licking a bit of the dude's balls and stuff at the same time. And the dude's like, hey man, what the fuck are you doing? And he's just like, oh, I'm just trying to get in there, man. It's just so hot. And he's like, yo, I thought you said you're just gonna watch. He's like, oh, I just want to kind of get in there. Let me just get in here a little bit. He's like, all right, well let me get out first. He's like, no, stay in there. No, I didn't sign up for this. I didn't sign up for this, bro.
That's extra.
He's like, oh, come on, man. He's like, I got to get out of here, guys. I think it's time for me to go. Hey, man. Hey, but we haven't paid you yet. I'm good.
It's
So,
over.
Yeah.
You couldn't pay me to get hard
And then
again.
the wife is like, oh, where are you going? We're not done, please. Blah, blah. He's like, no, I didn't sign up for that
Not
shit.
if he's licking my balls and being up in my guts.
Yeah.
Nope.
So that kind of thing happens too.
Ugh.
But so
It sounds like it was like a lot of amateur stuff. That sounds like amateur hour to me.
well, most of that stuff is amateur. I mean, the cuckold stuff just in general is amateur.
Oh,
like
is it?
if it's real,
I don't know.
They don't.
I thought
They
we were
don't
still
do.
talking about the porn industry.
They
It
do
is.
do in the
I
porn
mean, still is
industry.
part of the porn industry.
That's true,
kind of
that's
the.
true.
That's kind of the other thing that I kind of wanted to mildly get into is that OnlyFans is the only thing that's kind of equalizing the playing field for these people.
But didn't that one bitch just like ruin it?
What?
Bella Thorne.
Yeah, Bella Thorne.
She just made it more difficult to make bigger money on there. But to her credit, she is trying to rectify her mistake, and she was like meeting with OnlyFans to figure out if
How
they
to
could
disperse some of that wealth.
or how to keep that from being the case. Because basically, OnlyFans was banning the ability to charge over $100 for anything. Because so many people felt like they got by her because she was charging over $100 for, and she said it was going to be nudes, and then it ended up not being real nudes. It was just suggestive photos.
Of her being nude, but nothing you can actually see that.
Yeah.
Gets
It was like Maxim?
gets you going.
And that was kind of something that that's, I guess, has been happening a lot with a lot of higher profile people. And she was kind of the hay that broke the camel's back. So,
Stupid.
or the straw.
Stupid.
Yeah.
That's
So,
stupid.
so yeah, but yeah, OnlyFans in general has kind of equalized it. Plus, also, I guess Pornhub in general, because they are able to do more amateur stuff, and you're able to kind of make your own money. I mean, there are a lot of other platforms too, Snapchat and premium Snapchats and stuff like that. But it, because you don't need the companies to make money, they can't blackball you, because if you make a bigger name for yourself outside of them, then they need you more. So you're like, hey, I'm bringing you guys views as much. So
You pay me.
yeah. So
I pay you.
You pay me?
yeah, so that's something that's kind of nice. But yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
Alex.
sometimes I think
You
she's-
done trying to give us boners or what?
Oh,
I
he
mean, if
already
you
gave
got
me
bonus
one.
from some of that stuff, then I think you are part of these statistics.
I think I might be part of the problem, but that's not new. What are you looking at?
I was looking at Bella Thorne,
Yeah.
but first I was looking at OnlyFans. news.
Who is this?
She's from Disney Channel.
Yeah.
So that's the other. So it's funny because
Annabella Avery Thorne.
the
American
show
actress.
they're on the show Shake It Up had two girls on it, and they both showed the complete opposite directions of where you could go from being a child star. So Bella Thorne kind of showed, I don't want to say the negative, but the slightly more troubled direction.
Oh, she picked the party lifestyle.
Yeah, the more party direction, whereas
The other one's a congresswoman or some shit.
no, the other one is
AOC.
no.
Oh, I'm kidding.
Hey, don't make fun of AOC.
No, hell yeah, I'm gonna
I
vote
love
for
her.
her.
Yeah, the other one is
I
in
love that
Spider-Man. The other one's Mary Jane.
Oh, Zendaya.
Yeah,
Zendaya.
Zendaya. So they were both on Shake It Up
Super-
together.
Super classy. and doesn't take
Shaking
shit
up.
from no one.
Yeah. No, she's done great for herself. She's on a lot of.
Yeah, I like Zendaya much more than Bella Thorne. No, I'm kidding. Or is no, never mind. I
She's
shouldn't be
also
saying that.
she's like she's a really big introvert, and like some people could just be shy.
That could
Like
be-
I could easily, if I was ever famous, I could easily come off as like a complete piece of shit.
We kind of are.
Okay.
Not completely, but at your core.
Mm.
That's what makes everyone here like best friends. We're like hot shits on a hot sidewalk. Hard exterior, warm interior. I don't know what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, me
What the fuck
neither.
are you talking
I
about?
I trailed off like a dumbass. But no, yeah, it sounds like she was having like a bad day with her boyfriend.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
Well,
I'd like to show up if I ever do get famous, like Jeff Goldblum. Just like fucking finger guns.
oh yeah.
Just fucking not give a shit.
But on the day that somebody asks for finger guns and you don't provide, you're a dick.
No, then I'll just whip it out.
Then you're a sex offender.
Yeah, I'm gonna be one of those celebrities.
All right, fun stuff.
You're gonna get pretty far actually.
yeah.
But then 20 years from now, everybody will bring it back, and then
What's wrong
Yeah.
with that?
nothing, unless you want to go.
There's
to
gonna be a
Oh, my
research.
body image issues. I forgot about
Oh, yeah,
those. Shit.
Yo, I remember I said some fucked up shit when I was in the 3rd grade. If we ever get famous, I'm pretty sure that's gonna come back to haunt us. That's how it works now, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You shouldn't have
I
tweeted that.
could have sworn
Yeah,
I
like,
was.
You should have. You should have been who you were gonna be when you were 30, when you were 8, right? Yeah.
I am.
That's what we've decided.
pretty much.
So I
But
still cry.
let's
every day.
we've dived deep into the pond, the incest pond. So let's come up, get some air, and engage in the chronicles of Reddit.
That was pretty good.
The Chronicles of Reddit.
That was pretty good.
Oh, thank you.
Well, we have another mean-spirited bitch. This one might be even a bigger bitch. We'll see.
Ooh.
All right, here's the premise, or here's the whole story. It's pretty long. My 33 male wife, 25 female, constantly makes a conscious effort to humiliate me during my lessons over Zoom. While under normal circumstances I would try to communicate my feelings to my wife, I am at my wit's end for how to handle this situation, as I have exhausted all of the typical conflict resolution means. Being a teacher, I am currently giving lessons over Zoom. I recognize that studying math over Zoom isn't the most exciting thing in the world for students, and I can barely get them to even pretend to be interested in my lessons when they're in the classroom, but they have done an admirable job of staying focused. My wife is making it extremely difficult on my end, though. Several months ago, when my lessons began, we went from working long hours to being at home all day. COVID. Unfortunately, my wife does not seem to understand that while I'm at home, and while I can occasionally help out with a chore or two, I still have actual work to do between lesson prep, grading, and meetings, and my schedule being quite full. The first time she interrupted my lesson, she abruptly opened the door to the room where I was teaching and loudly asked me to do the dishes. This was unbelievably awkward, as I was in the middle of teaching 36 10th graders geometry. I told her we would talk about it later, but not being deterred, she asked if it was a yes or no. I said it was a yes, but that I was in the middle of a lesson. Without a word, she closed the door. I got some chuckles from the students, but a bit of a red-cheeked embarrassment was the extent of the damage. At this point, I moved my setup. The next time, 2 days later, she again barraged in, holding a pair of my pants that I left on the floor of our bedroom. She loudly stated, "You need to pick up after yourself." This time, before responding, I muted my mic and turned off my camera, telling her that I was in the middle of a lesson. Again, she walked away without a word. At this point, I moved my setup into the basement of our house so I could avoid further interruption. Since my basement looks like it probably has a few dead bodies buried in it, my students have become to call me basement dad, which is endearing, but I would rather teach in a room where I'm not going to get asbestos in my lungs. The trouble really began when I started locking the door to prevent interruptions. My wife will begin rattling the door a few times, followed by pounding on it. Then she'll groan loudly and say something negative about me. After that, I can hear her walking around the house slamming doors. A few weeks ago, she was literally jumping up and down, stomping her feet in the room above mine. In the first months of these online lessons, I set up a hotkey to mute my mic and disable my camera instantly when I needed. And luckily, my reflexes honed from Counter-Strike in my teens has paid off.
Nice.
But there have been times where she has sneaked in an embarrassing moment for me. Every time I have partially explained to her that I need complete quiet to teach my lessons, and she says, yeah, okay. Then, in the next lesson, without fail, she'll find something new to complain about and throw a tantrum, trying to humiliate me in front of my students. While my mute game is on point, students have recognized something is wrong. One of my ninth graders sent me an email asking if everything was okay. I had to make up a lame excuse about needing to mute my mic because of sudden grinding noise that happens in my old basement. There's no way she bought that. Since I'm unable to go out, unable to even enter the school grounds, and have no place to go to avoid my wife, I'm unbelievably anxious when I teach. I've tried talking to her calmly. I've even tried to get angry at her. When I yelled at her for forcefully sliding plastic files under the door so they'd float down in the background during my lessons, she expected me to apologize for getting angry at her. How can I even approach this kind of problem? The end.
Jeez, that is brutal. Because, I mean,
I should take care of that asbestos.
I think it was more of a joke.
Oh, okay, good.
But yeah, if there is asbestos.
But yeah, I would say
It's a lot to
I think
unpack.
that there are a lot of so this is a serious thing that I would say, which is there are a lot of online counseling resources to get like couples counseling and stuff. I think that that's probably the biggest thing that you would need to do.
100%.
I think that just as far as like actually solving the issue, that's probably what you would need, what I would suggest. But now let's get into some of my emotions.
Yes, please.
Fuck that shit. It's like, yo, I'm going to work. It doesn't matter if my job is now in the house. I am literally going to work. So because you're in need of attention, like, you have to grow the fuck up and curb that. If I'm going to work, I'm teaching children. You can't make a mockery of my real ass job.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? The last time there was a pandemic, I'm just going to treat you how husbands had to treat their wives back then. Just give you the back of the hand.
Oh, all right. I don't think that's a good thing to say.
No, maybe she's just drinking too much wine too. She's getting bold. Maybe she needs maybe she wants, something like those videos you were talking about.
Oh, like a cuckold situation?
Maybe that's what she wants, and she's just acting out, and he's just not gathering that.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely feels like some kind of attention-seeking.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Like
he needs
behavior
more.
thing.
I think he needs more than just Reddit for this problem.
Yeah,
You
but
know?
well, the
Yeah,
thing
I
is,
agree.
the reason I suggest
There's no amount of words or magic words anybody can say to get through this.
Yeah, well, because I mean, yeah, there's nothing that we can tell him to do, like just one-on-one, that would really fix it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm suggesting counseling, because if you are saying like, yo, this is really becoming a problem, we need to do marriage counseling, to where you have a professional tell her that explain to her that that's unacceptable behavior, but then helps dissect where that behavior might be coming from so that she can better understand it, or at the very least feel goofy about it, and at least kind of calm down on it at least a little bit, because that seems wild. Like, there's no way that she's like really upset enough to have to bother you. Like, any mature
During work.
person wouldn't have to bother you in the window of time that you are literally like legitimately occupied with your job. Like you can hold on to telling him to put his pants away until it's over.
Yeah.
And then so okay, the first couple of times if you're saying like, oh, I didn't know. At this point, he's explained that he's locking the door when he's doing it, and you're slamming on it and stomping on the it's like these are cries for attention.
They're tantrums.
Yeah, you're
When was the
throwing
last
temper
time you had a tantrum as
temper
an adult?
tantrums.
You see, you
And-
gotta also read between the lines though,
Yeah.
and see what he's not actually saying. Is that her job is that she's an actual YouTuber, and she's like, I'm gonna fucking prank my husband. I'm gonna fucking stop and fuck up his lessons
What?
and shit. Yeah.
I think you're getting it confused with my other story.
No. She's a YouTuber, and that's actually her job is pranking her teacher husband. Look at this fucking nerd. I'm gonna slide these
Oh,
fucking things.
and what
underneath
you're
her-
saying
her
is-
in the basement, fuck up his lessons.
That would be a
That
weird
would be
twist.
that would be kind of funny.
That'd be a weird twist.
I wonder if there is some truth to
I'll
that.
prank this nerd.
That's
well,
fine.
he
Like, have
didn't mention
respect
it.
for my job. Shut up, nerd.
Look how many views I got.
Or maybe she's just jealous that she's not good at math, even though she has a math teacher as a husband. But context clues,
That'd be funny.
I'm assuming, and it sounds like they are a millennial couple.
That's 33 male and 25 female.
Yeah.
Okay, so it says it in there. Didn't catch that.
I said at the beginning.
Yeah, so
He plays Counter Strike.
Yeah, and he played
it took me
Counter-Strike in
a
his
second
teens.
for my attention to gear up. That's also why I asked multiple questions, because stupid person over here. And so yeah, that makes sense. Well, yeah. After I heard the Counter-Strike thing, I was like, oh shit, I think I have an idea of what his age is. It turns out that I had already been told his exact age.
Well, and she's also 25.
Yeah, so the chances of her actually being a pranking YouTuber,
It's pretty
Are
high.
higher.
YouTuber,
But also
or TikTok or whatever.
also being emotionally illiterate, or
she could be on the spectrum.
I feel like that's relatively common behavior for younger people. But I don't know, man.
Yeah,
That's just like a type of person.
yeah.
So like, I mean,
That means that type of behavior wasn't like really shown any consequence when she was younger, maybe.
yeah, that she
So-
could be a only child or a middle child.
I mean, it could be like a combination of like cabin fever and all that other bullshit.
Yeah, that's true too. Like feeling like, oh, he has something now that he gets to go back to work and I don't, and she has so much like excess energy that she's not able to expel or whatever. And
Dude,
she's
what
like-
if all of his
Maybe.
students were like her YouTube following, so they know, and like one of the kids is actually like a sweet kid and empathetic, and like
Emailed the teacher.
email him like, "Are you okay? I see all these videos and like you're getting punked pretty hard."
Yeah, but not
rough as
something that I
guts.
do think is interesting. I don't know if it's that big of a deal, but something that I do think though is that if the roles were reversed, and it was like a female math teacher, and then the husband was doing this, these kids would have just immediately assumed that it was a domestic abuse situation, and they would have had like the police called over, or a lot of issues
Yeah,
would have
probably.
come.
Yeah.
Most
Because like
likely.
if you're watching your teacher have to constantly mute because someone's slamming on the door and throwing fits and screaming and throwing shit,
And she's
you would
in the
immediately
basement?
think, yeah, they had to
She's in
move
the
to the basement.
The screen goes dark.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my god,
Yeah,
Mrs. Krabappel.
you would
Mrs.
immediately
Krabappel.
think that it was a domestic abuse situation.
Well, that's why the kid emailed the teacher.
yeah.
Like,
So,
are you okay?
but I think that a lot of the kids would have. I think it would have become a bigger issue.
Mm-hmm.
Like where the police had to get called over, or it was brought to parents, and the parents probably would have contacted the school, and the school would have contacted authorities or came over and stuff.
Yeah,
But
one would hope.
yeah,
How do you even
but that's not
contact the school?
that's
Yeah.
not a big deal. But it's hard not to feel like that would be the case if the roles were reversed. We're only hearing the bad part. They got married for a reason.
She's just mad that she signed the prenup.
for a
He's
teacher.
a teacher.
I don't know where they live.
Like she's like, oh, I'm not gonna divorce you until tenure. Until you get tenure. Like she would have to wait until like the pension to really try to cash in.
Fucking nerd. I'm fucking trying to be a YouTuber and shit. How is he down there in the basement, you fucking nerd?
That would be the best explanation for that behavior.
Yeah, I hope for him that she's secretly just been like recording all of it.
Yeah, she's
See,
on
like-
TikTok.
She's just been TikToking.
Yeah.
It's like this comment looks good. Got 3 awards. It's 3 days ago. The worrying bit is the lack of remorse and empathy for someone literally trying to do their job. You really have to devalue someone significantly to justify doing this to them. Personally, I view this as a psychologically abusive to the point where OP means original poster, is asking for advice. Adults make choices in how they behave. Cynically targeting someone doing their job is her problem, which she needs to address. OP absolutely does not have to accept this and can choose higher standards with which to be treated. Just flip the genders around for a thought experiment.
Oh, exactly what I was saying. Yeah.
Yeah. And that dude has the awards and it kind of outlines, but I mean,
Yeah.
is what I was saying. Like this top comment right here has 7+ awards and it has like things and
Fireworks.
That's good. Cool. So yeah,
Yeah,
there's a
so I
lot of
mean-
people who actually are trying to
help.
deliver real helpful
Yeah.
advice.
There's a whole subreddit off of not even just relationship advice, it's legal advice.
That's pretty nice.
And there's like, more dramatic legal advice things that some people need. But it's like
Yeah, like, oh, I just murdered this guy. How do I get away with it?
a little bit.
Ooh. First, don't post it on Reddit. That's a paper trail. Second, listen to this podcast and we'll show you what's up.
I mean, just watch enough Forensic Files and you'll know what not to do.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yes. Yeah.
if you haven't done it yet, the best way to get away with it, don't do it. Boom. Mind
true.
blown.
Don't do it.
Yeah, kill them with kindness.
Yes. They'll slowly get an
And your feet.
aneurysm. Or they'll just have a stroke from your kindness.
And love.
That's what you mean.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Be so nice that it gives them cancer.
Yeah, because they can't be mean to you because you're too nice. They have to hold in the stress. It creates a tumor.
Or
I
be
don't
so
think-
nice that like you constantly call them to like, blow them up with like positivity and good stuff. But low key, you're talking on speakerphone. Your phone's right here. His phone's right up against his ear. Brain tumor.
Oh, shit. So talking to him a lot.
Mm-hmm. Gassing him up.
Oof.
Or feed him false information about cooking Hot Pockets in the microwave, and then they cook faster when you put your face right up against the microwave and look at it.
Mm-hmm.
And then he does that a couple times a day. Brain tumor. Let's
Eating
get it.
McDonald's fries. Brain tumor.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
That's it.
Using like certain deodorants with tons of aluminum and sulfates. Let's do it.
Mhm.
Just suggest that stuff to him.
Going,
And tell him that blueberries are really gross and disgusting.
going
Never
to the
drink green
scrapyard.
tea.
Wait, who are we
Going to the
talking about
scrapyard
again?
looking for car parts, but
are we
you pick up every car part with your butt cheeks instead.
Oh,
your
okay.
hands.
Yeah. Just
I'm
blow
so confused. right
blow
now.
aluminum and rust dust into his face.
Well, no, just go into that
Blow
dude's
rust
basement
dust into
and
his
just like
face.
start like just rubbing all the asbestos all over your face and eyes.
Oh yeah.
I'm so confused, you guys. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on.
But be so nice about this stuff.
Just be really, really friendly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah. Murdering with kindness.
Yes. Cool. Well,
Yeah. So, all in all, I think that guy, he's gonna be just fine.
I don't know, man. He's gonna snap one day, I think. But
As
Well,
do most
I
high
think
school math teachers.
I think
do.
couples therapy would be the best way to go. if you truly and really want this relationship to work out.
Yeah.
What if this was like just some like real cultural shit, in that like they're both Asian, and like that's why she's like treats him like shit because you're a fucking geometry teacher. You fucking kidding me? Teach calc, motherfucker.
Oh,
Jeez.
You fucking suck at math. Boom, 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 boom. Pick up your fucking pants. You only teach geometry. Slam.
slam. I hope that's not the case. But he's still in
Damn.
a pretty bad,
That would be
awkward
interesting.
position.
No?
That would be interesting.
Well, I'm so happy I'm not a teenager trying to go through high school via Zoom lessons. That must be weird.
Damn, dude.
Seeing domestic violence and
You'd
shit.
have to, yeah. That'd be, well, you wouldn't see it. You'd have to, you wouldn't be there.
What, at home? On my
On
laptop?
Zoom.
I would be on Zoom. I just would create a background where it looked like I was paying attention.
Dude, depending on the year, like
Let's
9th
be
and
real.
10th grade, like if I had to do class via Zoom, I would have loved that shit. I remember that was when I was like still like a long-haired pudgy gamer, and I was just like, fuck yeah, I'm just fucking play video games all day.
Yeah, you guys would
Yeah,
have
but then-
horrible grades.
Would learn
No, not
anything.
really.
I
school
bet
was-
you.
For me?
High
No, high
school's
school was
pretty
super
easy.
easy for me. I had like Magnum classes.
I just ditched.
Magnum? Yeah, so you would have
Honor
ditched.
Yeah,
Easy to
just
ditch.
fuck school. Bye, Dad.
Yeah.
I'm leaving the.
Or Zach would like put up like he'd print out like a cutout version of him and just put it there in front of the camera.
You're just like, oh,
Yeah, yeah,
had to get your GED or something.
yep. And then I'd probably like try to find like some program where it would read or hear somebody call my name and then automatically play a message. Be like, what? I'm sorry, I'm having connection issues right now. Here, just give me a sec.
You had more fun at
Can you hear me now?
the later
Yeah.
years.
Can you hear me now?
Like junior year, senior year, I'd be pissed if I couldn't go to school back then.
Yeah.
That's when we're like dicking around, getting drunk, and
Yeah,
stuff.
that was fun times.
volleyball too. I was balls deep
Yeah,
into
you
volleyball
were-
back then.
Yeah,
So
that would have been very sad for you if you.
yeah, man,
weren't
no
able to do
sports.
I didn't have any sports, as it were.
Dude, if I went to your school and I had to do Zoom, yeah, I'd probably like flunk out of my classes because you went to high tech high. Like I went to like public school, which is easy.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Peace.
And
Thanks for joining.
don't be mean to your teachers at work at home.
Your
Or your
spouses
who are
that
also
will see
teachers working at
from
home. Yeah.
Treat each other well, please. It's been a bad year already.
2020.
Yo, we're not even done.